Hey guys, this is Tom with DraftMagic.com, and here we are for another 4-round daily event. We did one the other day, ended up going 3-1 with the new build of Puresteel collar. Some of the important changes have been Vapor Snag to replace Ponder. While Ponder was definitely useful, it seems like in many of the matchups, Vapor Snag has actually been much more useful, either in resetting Titans or using to protect our own combo, to protect the Paladin. So it's been a little bit more versatile for us. Now, there might be potential changes. One one potential change that had been brought up was maybe looking at cutting 2 of the missteps in the board and replacing it for something like Negate to give us a little bit more play against Planeswalkers or potential Wrath effects, which definitely has a decent point here. I guess really being able to totally hose Delver has been really helpful here. I feel like the missteps are very, very good against Delver, and they're also good against like the red-green aggro matchup, for instance. So they do have a little bit other uses, but mostly it's for Delver. And I guess just because Delver is such a well-created deck that you kind of need to go over the top just to make sure that you kill it. As of the change with Snag, I have not yet lost to either Esper Delver or Delver Blade, so it's been a very nice change. Really all the hate has really been paying off for Delver, but against the other matchups like Solar Flare, we're still about 50-50 or so. Just roughly, we ended up taking a match off Solar Flare in the last daily, and then losing one to the Solar Flare deck as well. So there might be some room for change here, but as always, guys, leave your comments, let me know what you think, and we're going to get started on round 1 in just a moment. Okay, here we are for round 1, and looks like we are going to be on the draw, and definitely going to be mulliganing this hand. Oof. 1 lander. Well, we don't have blue. I mean, we have a 1-drop, and we could draw into Paladin. So it could turn out, but I think we don't want to be too greedy here. I think we are going to go to 5. This hand is even though it's only 1 land, I think it's better, just because we have a more important 1-drop. Definitely going to keep this. This deck is a little bit land light, which is unfortunate, but... So it looks like we're up against blue-white humans. Hopefully he doesn't have the Gather on turn 2. Guess he does not have Gather or another human. I'm very happy to see that. And we are going to trade here in a heartbeat. I mean, we're going to have much less than like a dedicated human stack, so I think trading here is just fine. Now, I mean, him attacking also means he may not have lands. It might have been better to not trade there. I'm kind of miffed on that. The thing is, like, if he goes like next turn, land into Gather, it's just so ugly. Talia is definitely pretty rough against us. Really ended up causing some problems. But I mean, mostly we are definitely not the beatdown deck in this matchup. So trading champions there is fine. I mean, we just want to stabilize and then start going off with our combo. We are definitely not trading a Paladin for Talia here. As much as we would like Talia to die, we want to get the extra card draw, and there's a good chance he has another Talia in his hand anyways. We have 7 cards we can draw that just kill it, like that. 3 Gut Shots and 4 Mortar Pods, so very happy with this. No reason to kill it right now, though. He may have Gathering, be unable to play it, so that's always fine. I think our play here is we take to an end of turn kill Talia. Because like if he has no Talia, we don't want him to be able to replay it, and don't want him to be able to cast Gather. So I think that's probably a bit of play. Okay. Now we just get to go off as much as possible before he can drop the Natalia down. I mean, like, there's a small chance he has Mana Leak, but probably doesn't run Mana Leak in a deck that also runs Talia. I stand corrected. I guess he does. So that is unfortunate, but it's okay. So I guess here we're just going to have Island for access to Vapor Snag. Although I'm much happier that we lost to the life staff as opposed to the collar, because now we can go with our combo. And he's still in a pretty rough spot here. So he probably goes like Fiend Hunter for Puresteel Collar, or for Puresteel Paladin. Then we just Vapor Snag in response, or we just kill his Fiend Hunter. I think we probably just Vapor Snag in response. Oh, so this must be like the weird sort of Delver humans mishmash deck. Okay, so I guess we just, So it doesn't actually matter if the extra mana here, we're just going to drop Seachrome, and then still be able to snag and make a guy. At this point, I think we just Mortar Pod him and then bash for 6. So if he doesn't block, the game's over right now. Okay, so we just go Snapcaster. That's 3, 4. Yep, that's dead. And there's a combo. Okay, so blue-white humans with Geist, Talia, Manalik. Cards that we want to bring in. Let's think here. War and Peace for sure. Spellskite to redirect like Fiend Hunter or O-Ring. I want to keep in Metamorph just because we saw Geist. Gutshot is fine. Well, I mean, Gutshot is okay until he plays a, an Anthem effect. Don't want Graph Diggers or Hex Parasite. We probably want O-Ring. O-Ring for Hero Blade Hold probably. Let's look at the deck real quick here. Well, we won't be able to O-Ring his Geist, and it's probably too expensive with the amount of mana we have to O-Ring his Talia. I think I'd rather have the Gutshots, to be honest. I mean, he probably is going to be running War and Peace himself, though. So, I really like Vapor Snag in this matchup here. Like Gutshot with Snapcaster takes down any of his guys mostly, even with Under Anthem. We've got Mortarpod. Collar's really good here. Not sure exactly what to cut. I think we take out O-Ring. I think Gutshot is actually not quite as good as Misstep, just because he's got Champion and probably also runs the other guy, the Doom Traveler, which you still want to counter. I think we can shave down to 2 collars here. Okay, we're losing time. I guess maybe 1 misstep. We'll just play the Gutshot instead then. Not sure on the board there. This hand is just fine though. So there's the turn 1 champion. And unfortunately we will not be able to take it out with Mortarpod. He goes champion and together could be kind of ugly here. I think here we actually want to drop down Mortarpod. I mean, Gather is fine. I guess if he doesn't play any other creatures. Well, no, we probably want to Gather here, actually. Thinking in case he plays Talia next turn. But I mean, if he had Talia, he would have played her that turn. Unless he draws it. And there's Anthem. Okay. Alright, so we really need to get War and Peace online. Like here we could just go Life Staff, equip, and then just sit. Otherwise we could equip Collar, bash for 2, then double block. I don't think we're not in too much of a life total problem. I think it's better here to just equip Collar and bash. I mean, the problem with this is that if he goes Fiend Hunter next turn, we're really in trouble. And we are definitely trading for champion if he allows us to. So we could just gather here again. I think it's probably a little bit better to, well, yeah, I think we just gather. Okay, he leaks that, that's fine. We're really hoping to have enough time to be able to drop sword and then equip it before we get smashed. Okay. I think we just drop Mortar Pod here. Just try to buy ourselves some time. And he has the leak backup. Okay. Odd to see that many mana leaks in a deck with Talia, but I suppose it like maybe they board into more leaks. Now we're in trouble. Now he's got mana. He's going to be able to drop Fiend Hunter, hopefully, for him. Or Crusader. Either one is pretty bad. So now we don't even have the option of dropping sword. If we could draw the mana for it. What is our play? I think we just need to Life Staff here and then copy his Crusader. We're really stuck on land here. I think we have every single 3-drop in our deck at this point. We're missing one sword, but yeah. Okay, double Mirren. I think we're just dead on the table at this point here. So Vapor Snag still kills us. Yep, that's it. Do we want to bring an O-Ring? Like, O-Ring is great against, like, Hero Blade Hold. I think we're actually fine with what we have right now. Vapor Snag is a little bit better for us. So we just hope to have enough land and stabilize. Maybe Misstep is better here. I think we're gonna... yeah, never mind. Okay, so this hand is much, much better. We can go champion into Gather, or champion into Mortar Pod, depending on what he plays. Or champion into champion. They're all just fine possibilities. So he probably goes Talia here, which is definitely annoying. Yep, there's Talia. Okay. So now, I mean, we're forced to go Puresteel unless we draw a land, which we do not. Okay. Might also be of value to play Spellskite here, but then we don't get to push. Maybe we just play Puresteel. Bash for 3. Excuse me. So now his play is probably like, he probably wants to drop Fiend Hunter on our champion. But Talia is a royal pain in the ass. Or Geist, I suppose, works. So if we don't draw land, we just drop Spellskite and Bash with champion. And if he double blocks, which he won't do, that's fine. I mean, we could also just sit, but I think that better to be a little bit aggressive here. Okay. I think we double block here. Because if we can take out his Talia, like if he kills champion, we just drop Mortar Pod to get value. If he drops Puresteel, we drop Gather. I wonder. On the other hand, if we just take it and then drop a land, then we just get much, much more value. Well, I think we're kind of in the driver's seat here, so I think we actually just take it and then just bash in with everybody. Well, not everybody. We bash in with these two, I guess. These two. I think this is a pretty important choice here. So, let's see, if he takes that Paladin, then we just probably win. If he takes that champion, which is more likely, then we still get to play Gather. We have a dead Talia, which is always nice. If we draw land, we just get in. I think we actually do take out Talia here. So he takes that champion. Okay. Turns out we did not draw the land, so pretty happy we made the trade there. And now I think we just bash. like he swings for 6, we swing for 5. I think we even swing with Paladin here. I mean, like I suppose he can go like Fiend Hunter, take out a human token, but then I think we're just racing. And if he plays, what could he play? He could play like Hero Blade Hold, I suppose. Or he could play like Honor the Pure. And then he bashes for 8. And I still think we just bash. Like, we're happy if he trades, and if he doesn't, that's fine. We don't want to overvalue our Paladin. I mean, Paladin is good and get us the combo, but we also need to win. So if he plays Hero here, you really, really hope to draw blue mana for Vapor Snag. Mirran Crusader, okay. Like now if he attacks his guys, we just trade with our human tokens, which is fine. I don't really see that guy playing with Vapor Snag also. So, okay, so if he's assuming he does not attack and tries to trade for champion, we just play Mortar Pod just to try to get a little bit more value. And then if he just doesn't attack, I think we just attack with champion alone. Okay, so I guess he is going for it. Since he's at 8, let's think about this for a minute. We take 6, go to 14, bash with everybody next turn. He kills Puresteel, takes 7, and then he dies? That seems way better. I think we just take it, and then we use Mortar Pod to kill him. I mean, I suppose if he has Snag, he just gets us. I think that the payoff is worth it. Now we could hide the fact that we're just going to kill him here by not dropping Mortar Pod, and then he will block Paladin and allow us to win. 5, 6, 7. Is it better to hide it, or is it better to get the value off of Mortar Pod? See, then he blocks champion, takes 4, doesn't die. I think it's actually better to try to hide our plans here and not let him know we have the reach. So here he did as we hoped. This is all about making your opponent's decisions for them. And now we profit. And that's the match. So, glad to see that we're holding up okay against humans. The sideboard choices was kind of shaky on, just because humans, most blue-white humans deck have kind of moved away from Geist of St. Traft, so we sort of needed to keep in the Metamorphs just to copy. I mean, Metamorph is still fine to, like, to copy Hero Blade Hold or to copy Crusader. I mean, it's still fine. But I think that, you know, the 2 life that you pay for it instead of, I mean, copying a sword is also very valid as well. Yeah, I guess I'm not really sure there. I mean, Vapor Snag I think is really good against them just because they're a little bit higher mana cost, so being able to bounce a, you know, hero or bounce like a 5/5 champion is just so much better. But anyways, we will see you for round 2.